All right, good morning. We are now streaming live on YouTube. Today is July 25th, 2024. I am Judge Beatrice Scott. I'll be presiding over the matters in court today. If you're having trouble hearing me at any time, please let me know. There are a few things that I need to go over with you prior to starting the calendar. Please listen carefully as it will help you better understand the nature and the purpose of today's proceeding. First, I'm not here to try your case or to take a plea in your case or to have any legal discussions about the specific facts of your case. The purpose of the first appearance hearing today is to inform you of the charges against you, advise you of certain rights you have, set bond for those offenses for which the court is authorized to set bond, to schedule a preliminary hearing, to determine whether you require the assistance of an attorney. Through this and all proceedings, you have the right to remain silent. Please do not attempt to tell me any specific facts about your case again, or have any legal defenses you may have. As I said earlier, we are streaming live and this hearing is being recorded. Anything you say during this proceeding can be used against you in a later proceeding. So again, during this and all other proceedings, you have the following rights. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to presumption of innocence. You have the right to indictment by grand jury for felonies or to have an accusation filed against you for misdemeanors. You have the right to a speedy and public trial. You have the right to compel the attendance of witnesses to testify on your behalf. You have the right to see, hear, and question witnesses who are called to testify against you. You have the right to testify on your behalf or to offer evidence in your own defense. You have the right to have an attorney represent you if you cannot afford one. One can be appointed for you. Also, if you are not a citizen, some charges may adversely affect your immigration status, so you will need to consult an attorney about that. As far as bond is concerned, some of you will be allowed to post unrestricted bonds for your release from jail pending the prosecution of your case. These bonds may be posted in one of three ways: by cash bond, by having someone deliver the full amount of the bond in cash with any mandated fees to the sheriff's office, who will hold that money until your final court date. At that time, or at your final court date, the cash will be returned to the person who posted the bond. If you do not have the full bond amount in cash, you can also use a commercial bonding company. They will take up to 15% of the bond for their service. This fee will not be returned to you. You may also have someone post a property bond as long as there is net equity in the property of at least 3 times the amount of the bond. For example, your bond is $2,000. Your property must have at least $6,000 in equity to qualify as a property bond. Each of you will have as a condition of your bond that you are not to violate any laws while out on bond. Some of you will have additional special conditions that prohibit you from contacting certain people or going around certain places. If you have a no contact provision on your bond, this means you must stay away and have no contact with the victim. You may not call, text, email, write a letter, or contact them through any social media platform. You can't even do anything nice for that person, such as sending them a flower or a nice song. If I order you not to return to a particular location, that means you cannot go back to that location for any reason. If the no return to location is a shared residence, meaning you reside there with the alleged victim, please let me know, and you will be authorized to go back to the residence, but only while accompanied by a sheriff to collect some of your personal belongings that are not in dispute. You will need to make that appointment within 10 days of being arrested or being released. The court takes these special conditions very seriously. Now, unfortunately, some percentage of you will be back in custody on a bond revocation because you didn't take what I'm saying seriously. Instead, you will try to reconcile with the victim or return to the residence. The moment the victim becomes upset, the police will be called and you'll be arrested and held with no bond. Please just follow the bond order until it is modified and your case is resolved. If you do violate the bond order and the court considers your contact intimidating or harassing, you could receive an additional felony charge, such as aggravated stalking or influencing a witness. These type charges carry a punishment of up to 20 years in prison and $20,000 in fines. If your spouse, family member, or friend is the alleged victim, in your case, they will not be allowed to post bond, as the court has a no contact provision as a special condition of your bond. You are also not allowed to contact them while you are in jail. Some of you are charged with offenses for which this court is not authorized by law to set bond. In this event, a bond hearing will be scheduled before the judge of Superior Court of Clayton County. If you are currently on active probation, this court is not authorized to set bond at this time. Whether a bond is appropriate in your case will be reconsidered after your probation officer has had an opportunity to consider the new arrest. Please listen carefully as I to this next part. Today, I will give each of you a preliminary hearing date. The purpose of the preliminary hearing is to determine whether there is enough evidence or probable cause to keep you detained or in jail on your charges. If you bond out, your preliminary hearing is not needed and is automatically waived because you're out of jail and no longer detained. If you are charged with a misdemeanor only, when you come before the court, I will ask you if you want to waive that preliminary hearing. What that does is move your case along the pipeline a little quicker. Waiving your preliminary hearing does not affect your rights or your bond amount. It simply moves your case from magistrate court, where you are now, to state court faster, where you can go to state court and resolve your case. The court does not have a preference as to whether you waive your preliminary hearing or not. But if after hearing what I just said, you still have questions, I will go ahead on and assign you a preliminary hearing date, because I do not want you to waive a preliminary hearing if you don't understand. Again, if you bond out, you'll be waiving your preliminary hearing automatically. That means that if you bond out, the court date I give you today, you do not have to come to court. You do not have to attend. Also, if you have a prior criminal history, meaning this is not your first offense, you are not eligible for a signature bond. Finally, I'm about to read the oath to you. If you understand and swear to this, please respond, "I do." Everyone, please raise your right hand. All right. Do you swear or affirm that the information you're about to give to this court, as well as any information you provide on your application for court-appointed counsel, is true and correct? If so, say "I do." All right. You may put your hands down. All right. Can you bring Mr. Peralta forward? Does he need an interpreter?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. And what's your name, counsel?
Stuart Melness, Your Honor. You go.
All right, Mr. Peralta, you are charged with cruelty to children in the 3rd degree and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Mr. Moniz, would you like to have something to say?
Yes, Your Honor. I have spoken with his family, who I believe are the alleged victims in the warrants. They deny that he was shooting at them. Mr. Peralta is going through a trying personal time involving, I don't want to get too much into the weeds, but a miscarriage and struggles finding a job, and he had missed a job interview that day. There was a great deal of frustration. His family, he lives with his mother and his longtime partner, Omar Alba, who I believe is probably listed as the victim in the warrant. I don't have a copy of it. But his mother has made an appointment for him, and I've spoken to Mr. Peralta. He understands that he's got an issue with dealing with the stresses in his life, and he has a appointment for August 1st with Dr. Arlen Versteeg, a clinical psychologist in Atlanta, to help him deal with the stresses that he's undergoing. His family is very supportive of him. They don't wish for no contact. He's going to continue to live with them. So if the court wants to put a condition in the bond, we'd ask for it to be no violent contact. And the family's asking for a signature bond, as they're the ones who would be paying his bond anyway, and it would just be an additional burden on them. So I'm asking the court to give a signature bond to Mr. Peralta and allow him to continue living with his mother and, for lack of a better term, I'll say stepfather, and allow him to get to his appointment so that he can get the help he needs to deal with the stresses that he's under.
All right, thank you, counsel. Um, In consideration of what you have told me, okay, a charge like this usually will be a no bond, okay? I will though grant bond. I'll grant a $2,000 bond for cruelty to children in third degree and a $10,000 bond for aggravated assault. The total amount of bond is $12,000. Unfortunately, I'm not comfortable having a no violent or harassing contact at this point, so I am going to have to ask that he not return to the residence and that he not have any contact with his family members. Omar, Alba, Maya, Reyes, Latosha Pack, Kalani Ramirez, Jordan Ramirez, and Jaden Ramirez. Okay. What you can do, counsel, is get this on for a bond hearing so that the DA and you can get more into the details to get that adjusted. Okay.
Sure, I'll file for a modification, but it's still, we appreciate the bond, Your Honor.
Okay. All righty. I will, his preliminary hearing is scheduled for August 21st, but if you bond out, then
Sure.
that's why automatically waived. Okay.
I anticipate that he'll be bonded out, but if not, then we'll take the hearing date.
Okay. All right. All right. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
You're
May I be
welcome.
excused?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Your Honor.
Uh-huh.
Do have one Spanish speaker, which is a female.
Okay. I'm hoping we have an interpreter on the way.
All right, I'll go ahead and proceed with the calendar with the females. You want to do your jots first, or you just go straight down the calendar?
We can go straight through. Hopefully we'll have an interpreter on the way. Okay.
All right.
Good morning,
Morning. What's your name?
Precious Bridgman.
All right, Ms. Bridgman, you've been charged with battery. Your bond is $3,000. Your bond has special conditions that you not have any contact with Cheyenne Bridgman, that you not return to 100 Valley Hill Road in Riverdale until this case is complete. Do you understand? All right. Based upon your application, you do qualify for a public defender. You are charged with a misdemeanor offense. So would you like to waive your preliminary hearing? If you are confused, I will set it for August 20th, okay? All right. If you bond out, you don't have to come to that court date, okay?
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. I wish you all the best.
Come over here
Thank
to the desk.
What's your name?
Mecca Bay.
All right, Ms. Bay, you've been charged with simple battery. Your bond is $3,000. Cruelty to children in the third degree, your bond is $1,000. Another count of cruelty to children in the third degree, your bond is $1,000. The total amount of your bond is $5,000. Your bond has special conditions that you not have any contact with Sahara Iglesias until this case is complete. Do you understand? All right, what type of work do you do?
Quantity control. I'm not sure if you can hardly hear me because I lost my voice. It's a loud warehouse. And I have
Okay, I
to,
understand. All right, based upon your application, you don't qualify for a public defender. If you want an attorney, you would have to hire one, okay? Would you like to waive your preliminary hearing?
to be honest, I don't understand it. This is my first time here, so I don't.
Okay, I understand. If you don't understand, then I will set it for August 20th if you don't bond out, okay? But if you don't bond out, you don't have to come to that court date. One other thing, your bond also has special conditions that do have no violent or harassing contact with Louis or Bella Iglesias, okay? I didn't say no contact, but no violent or harassing contact with them, okay?
Yep.
Do you understand?
Again, not really.
Okay, you understand you're not to have any contact with Sahara?
Yes, I
Correct.
understand that, but my two little ones.
Yeah, you can have contact with them,
But-
but it can't be anything that's harmful to them, okay?
Oh, yeah, of course, okay.
All right, I wish you all the best, okay?
When you said my mind was somewhere else about that, so,
I
yeah, I
understand.
understand that now.
Okay,
No.
all right,
Thank you.
you're welcome. What's your name?
Yasmin Carr.
All right, Ms. Carr, you've been charged with simple battery. Your bond is $3,000. Your bond has special conditions that you not have any contact with Clayton Owens or Christina Owens until this case is complete. Do you understand? All right, you do qualify for a public defender. Your next court date, if you don't bond out, is August 20th. You do have the opportunity to waive that if you would like. Would you like to waive your preliminary hearing? Okay, all right, so if you don't bond out, that's your next court date, okay? All right, I wish you all the best.
Come around to the desk.
Yes.
What's your name?
Kimberly Gates.
All right, Ms. Gates, you've been charged with criminal trespass. Your bond is $1,000. Aggravated assault, your bond is $4,000. Simple battery, your bond is $2,000. Pointing a pistol at another, your bond is $2,000. Aggravated assault, your bond is $4,000. Cruelty to children in the third degree, your bond is $1,000. And cruelty to children in the third degree, another count, your bond is $1,000. The total amount of your bond is $15,000. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Your bond has special conditions if you not have any contact with Dorian Gates, Deja Gates, or Cedric Rice, and that you not return to 415 Thomas Downs Way in Jonesboro. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Based upon your application, you do qualify for a public defender. Your next court date, if you don't bond out, is August 21st. Okay.
All right, thank you.
All right. I wish you all the best.
Yes.
Come right here, son.
What's your name?
Cynthia Irving.
All right, Ms. Irving, you've been charged with criminal trespass. Your bond is $2,000. Your bond is special conditions that you not have any contact with Jalen Godwin, that you not return to 9011 Raven Drive in Jonesboro, Georgia. Do you understand?
I lived there and I was just talking to him last night, not trying to sound rude or anything, literally just called me last night. He said that he didn't even want charges put on me.
I understand. Unfortunately, right now, the charges are pending and they're still standing. And because of the nature of the charges, I do have to have a stay away provision from both Jalen and the residents, okay? You can make an appointment with the sheriff within 10 days of your release and they will go out with you to pick up any belongings, okay? But if you return to that property, then you're the one that's in jeopardy, okay?
Okay, so how do I tell him that, because I was just speaking to another officer about how he can drop the charges, so how do I tell him that he can drop the charges through?
You can't have any contact with him, okay? So you're not allowed to talk to him about this or anything else, okay? If you violate this, you could be subject to additional charges, all right?
And can you tell me what the charge was again?
Criminal trespass.
But I live at the address and that's not the charge that the officer told me in the car. He said it was withholding somebody's property, which that's what it was. I wouldn't give him his
It
keys.
falls under that code section of criminal trespass.
Right, that is criminal trespass, okay? All right, based upon your application, you do qualify for a public defender. And again, your preliminary hearing, if you don't bond out, is August 20th, okay?
Well, I can't bond out if I can't call Jalen because that's the only number I know.
Okay? All right. You have to figure that out, okay?
I get it.
Come around. to the
All
desk.
right.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's your name?
Kylie.
All right, Ms. Leak, you've been charged with criminal damage to property in second degree. Your bond is $4,000. Your bond is special conditions that you not have any contact with Aaliyah Little, that you not return to 5185 Hanover Street in College Park, Georgia, until this case is complete. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Do you have a job?
I'm self-employed.
How much do you make per month?
She good, shut down.
By like
It did that one day.
500.
All right. I will appoint you a public defender. Your next court date, if you don't bond out, is going to be August 20th. You do have the opportunity to waive your preliminary hearing if you would like. Would you like to waive it?
If I waive it, I can still bond out.
Yes,
Yeah.
All
And
right.
if I don't waive it, I can still like go to the court date here.
If you don't waive it, your next court date will be August 20th, okay?
waiving.
If you don't bond out, all right?
I'm gonna waive it.
You want to waive it?
Yeah.
All right, now I do need you to, there is a waiver or piece of paper that you have to sign that says you're waiving it, okay?
Okay.
The deputies will give it to you, okay?
All
All right, I wish you all the best. What's your name?
Adriana Rivera.
You have been charged with theft of services. Your bond is $2,000. Do you have a job?
Yes, ma'am.
How much do you make per month?
700.
All right, you do qualify for a public defender. Would you like to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I have you as waived, okay? I need you to sign your waiver, okay? I wish you all the best, okay? What's your name?
Adriana Riley.
Oh, wait. Have a seat.
All right. She
We'll
is
do
a
she at the end, yeah, we'll see at the end of the female calendar. Just step back in here.
okay.
Medical form.
What's your name?
Ashley Russell.
All right, Ms. Russell, you've been charged with reckless conduct. Your bond is $5,000. Based upon your application, you do qualify for a public defender. Your next court date, if you don't bond out,
Spread out the extradition waivers.
is now August 20th. You do have the opportunity to waive that if you would like. Would you like to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes.
Okay, I have you as waived. And if you bond out, again, you don't have to come to that court date. I just need you to sign your waiver, okay? All right, I wish you all the best.
Yes.
What's your name? Sorry?
Someone spell she doesn't.
Okay, Ms. Spellman, you've been charged with possession of marijuana less than an ounce. Your bond is $1,000. Criminal damage to property in second degree, your bond is $2,000. Simple assault, your bond is $2,000. Total amount of your bond is $5,000. Your bond is special conditions that you not have any contact with Yolanda Faison or some more Faison, and that you're not returned to 38 Old Mill in Atlanta, Georgia until this case is complete. Do you understand? Do you understand your conditions?
You paused, I'm sorry. Yes.
Okay. Your bond, the total amount of your bond is $5,000. We understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, your bond has special conditions that you not have any contact with Yolanda Faison or some more Faison, okay? Not return to 38 Old Mill, Atlanta, Georgia, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
You can make an appointment with the sheriff if you have any belongings to get it from there, okay?
Okay.
Do you have a job?
I'm coming.
How much do you make per month?
24.90.
2,400
No, 24.90. You said 20, oh, for an hour? Oh, 1,400. A month, per month?
per month, yes.
I think 2,400.
Okay, based upon your application, you do not qualify for a public defender. You would have to hire your own attorney, okay?
Okay.
Your next court date, if you don't bond out, is August 24th, okay? 21st, okay?
Okay.
All right, I wish you all the best.
So,
What's your name?
Sarita Washington.
where's she last?
Mhm.
All right, Ms. Washington, you've been charged with a red light violation. Your bond is $1,500. Or a red light violation, your bond is $500. Driving with suspended license, your bond is $1,500. The total amount of your bond is $2,000. Do you understand your bond?
Yes.
All right, you do qualify for a public defender. Would you like to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes.
All right, I have you as waived. Please sign your waiver, okay?
Mhm. Yes.
All right, I wish you all the best. We do have the interpreter here.
Okay, she'll be the next female to come up after this young lady.
All right, what's your name?
Shania Mattia Teasley.
All right, Ms. Teasley. You've been charged with public drunk. Your bond is $1,000. You do qualify for a public defender. Your next court date, would you like to waive your preliminary hearing?
I don't know about that.
Okay, your next court date is August 20th. If you don't bond out, okay? All right, I wish you all the best, okay? Mhm.
I have something else to say.
Do you have a question? You can't tell me
Yeah.
really about your
Yeah,
case. But
I
if you have
have
a
a-
question,
I have
can
a
help
question.
Mhm.
How is being drunk?
So,
You
so
can't answer
before we go
that.
there, you don't want to talk about the facts of your case. You should talk to your attorney about that, okay?
Go right.
Okay.
All right.
All right, next is Miss Luna for the Spanish interpreter.
Yes.
All right. Good morning, Ms. Toles. All
Good morning, Your Honor.
right, I swear you in. Let me swear you in. Do you swear or affirm that you will translate from Spanish to English and English to Spanish to the best of your skill and knowledge?
I do.
All right. Yolanda Luna Teresa.
Yolanda Luna Teresa.
All right. One moment.
Momentico.
Who the one paid for? The one paid for? The one in the brown, yeah, that little thing.
You've been charged with a tag violation.
Se le ha imputado una infracción de placa de auto.
Your bond is $500.
La fianza para esa infracción es $500.
And a drive without a license.
Y también se le ha imputado la infracción de manejar sin licencia.
Your bond is $1,000.
La fianza para esa infracción es de $1,000.
The total amount of your bond is $1,500.
La fianza total es de $1,500.
All right. Do you have a job, ma'am?
¿Tiene trabajo, señora?
Sí.
Yes.
How much do you make per month?
¿Cuánto gana al mes?
A la semana son 600, 800. Depende del periodo o apartamentos.
The interpreter needs to ask for a repetition. No le estoy
Okay.
escuchando bien. ¿Puede hablar un poco más fuerte,
Lo
señora?
que pasa es si la semana sale de 600, 800, como limpio apartamentos, depende.
Okay. So by the week, it would be 600, 800. I clean apartments, so it varies.
Okay, but that's how much you make a week?
¿Eso es lo que está ganando a la semana?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay, you would have, based on your application, you would have to hire your own attorney if you want an attorney, okay?
Basándome en su solicitud, usted tendrá que contratar a su propio abogado si va a querer un abogado.
All right, and your next court date, if you don't bond out,
Su próxima audiencia, si no sale bajo fianza,
is August 20th.
será el 20 de agosto.
Do you understand?
¿Entiende, señora? Yes.
All right, do you have any questions?
¿Alguna pregunta?
Tengo.
No.
All right, I wish you all the best.
Muy bien. Le deseo todo lo mejor, señora.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Thank you. That'll be all for our Spanish speakers.
Okay, thank you. All right,
Thank
thank
you.
you, Ms. Cole.
And
You all
next
have a
up
great
gonna be
day.
our,
You too.
we'll have both the fugitives come up.
Okay.
Yeah, she brought it. Mhm. 21%. Okay. Do it if you want. They'll give us like 5 minutes. Yes. Do that, 6.
All right, we have Ms. Riley, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And Williams, Desonder Williams?
They'll fall this way.
Okay, yeah, your cases are a little different than the other cases today. You all are both being charged with being a fugitive, from justice, meaning that you are wanted out of another state. You have charges pending in the other state. You cannot address those charges here in Georgia. You have to return to the other state and address those charges. The purpose of the hearing today is to determine whether you want to voluntarily return to that state and address those charges or through an extradition hearing, a formal process. Now, some people already know what they want to do. Ms. Raleigh, you are wanted out of Auburn, Alabama for larceny. Do you know what you want to do? Do you want to voluntarily return there
Yes, ma'am.
to address the charges? Okay, so that's called waiving extradition. You have several documents that you need to sign. They all say the same thing. Once you sign those, then your 30 days will start tomorrow, okay? Are you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
All right, go and sign your waivers. Okay. And Mr. Cassandra Williams,
Playing the off page.
you are wanted out of
Just this.
Michigan for child neglect. Do you know what you want to do in that at this point? Do you want to voluntarily return? Cassandra Williams, you don't know what you want to do?
Yes.
Do you want to voluntarily return? I can't hear you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I need you to sign your waivers, okay? And your 30 days will start tomorrow, okay? All right. I wish you all the best.
You're gonna sign this line on all pages, this line on that. Just got to sign there and fill it out.
But will I be able to talk to the attorney still?
They'll make contact with you. All right, John, I think that concludes our females on our calendar today. We'll go ahead and proceed with the males.
Okay.
Yeah, you can put all of them, bring all of them down to 6. First man. First, see, I'll sign myself. You can go to. She does. Go back to. Go ahead. Yeah.
What's your name, sir?
Mark,
Markel Arnold?
yes, ma'am.
All right. You've been charged with a tenant window violation. Your bond is $500. Possession of a firearm by a felon, your bond is $5,000. Possession of a weapon during the commission of crime, your bond is $5,000. Violating the Georgia Controlled Substance Act, a felony offense, your bond is $5,000. And another count of violating the Georgia Controlled Substance Act, your bond is $1,500. The total amount of your bond is $17,000. You understand your bond?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You do qualify for a public defender. Your next court date, if you don't bond out, is August 21st, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I wish you all the best, okay?
Hey, thank you. Have a good one.
All right, you too.
I wouldn't know.
You done?
Yeah.
Come on, time.
No, it's Andrew.
What's your name?
My name,
Back in 6.
she said, my
You
name,
come back in 6, sir. You step up, sir. In the line, okay?
What's your name?
Chairman Bowman.
All right, Mr. Butler, you've been charged with, you know what your charge is?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, no bond has been set in your case at this time. Do you have a job?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
How much do you make per month?
I'm like, $18.
$18 an hour. What type of work do you do?
No, I said, 18, ma'am.
$18 an hour?
Yes, ma'am.
What type of work do you do?
I work at the warehouse, welding stuff.
Are you hourly?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I will appoint you a public defender. Your next court date is August 21st, okay?
You said August the 21st?
Yes,
Okay.
All right. All right, I wish you all the best. What's your name?
Rich.
What's your name? Oh, Brimage Rodriguez Brimage.
Ma'am.
All right, you've been charged with theft by shoplifting. Your bond is $1,500. Obstruction of an officer. Your bond is $2,000. And manufacturing, selling, distributing false identification. For that charge, your bond is $5,000.
Oh, yeah.
You're also charged with financial transaction card theft, which is a felony. No bond has been set on that charge at this point because you're currently on probation. Okay. You have a job?
Ma'am.
How much you make per month?
About 3,000.
Okay. And what type of work do you do? I'm sorry?
Aaron, she is, part one.
Are you making money while you're in jail?
No, ma'am.
No, you want East Dorset?
All right. You do qualify for a public defender. Okay. Again, you don't have a bond right now. Your next court date will be August 21st to address these charges. Okay.
All this gentleman.
All right. I wish you all the best. What's your name, sir?
Bert.
All right, Mr. Burke, you've been charged with theft by receiving stolen property. A felony offense, no bond has been set because you're currently on probation. So overall, you don't have a bond. You have several misdemeanor charges. Obstruction of an officer, your bond is $2,000. Failing to yield the right of way, your bond is $500. Giving false name, date of birth, your bond is $1,500. Violation of a seatbelt law, your bond is $500. Another count, count of following too closely, your bond is $500. Driving under the influence, your bond is $2,500. And driving with suspended license, your bond is $1,500. But overall, you don't have a bond at this time, okay?
Okay.
Based on your application, you don't qualify for a public defender. You would have to hire your own attorney. Your next court date is August 21st, okay?
Okay.
All right, I wish you all the best.
Good morning.
Morning, what's your name?
Bernard Clark Jr.
All right, you've been charged with violating a seatbelt law. Your bond is $500, failing or possession of marijuana less than an ounce. Your bond is $1,000. Failing to have your headlights on, your bond is $500. The amount of your bond is $2,000. Do you have a job, sir? Or
Yes,
do you
ma'am.
want to apply for public defender?
No.
Okay, I have you as not qualifying. Would you like to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes. We're in the dorms.
All right, I have you as waiving. So I need you to sign your waiver. There's a document for you to sign saying you're waiving, okay?
Okay.
All right, I wish you all the best.
Thank you. Have a good day.
What's your name, sir? All right, Cameron Coles.
Yeah, Cameron Cole.
All right, you've been charged with theft by shoplifting. Your bond is $10,000. Your bond has special conditions that you not return to 7050 Highway 85 in Riverdale until this case is complete. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Based upon your application, you do qualify for a public defender. Your next court date, if you don't find out, is August 21st, okay? All right, I wish you all the best.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good.
What's your name?
Brian Edwards.
All right, Mr. Edwards, you've been charged with obstruction of an officer. Your bond is $2,000. Fleeing from a police officer, your bond is $2,000. Total amount of your bond is $4,000. Your charges of driving without insurance, on suspended registration, and financial transaction card fraud, they're all dismissed at this point. They could be brought back at a later date, though, okay?
So $4,000 total?
Yes, you do qualify for a public defender. Would you like to waive your preliminary hearing?
What date is that?
The next, it was set for 8/20, August 20th, okay? Would you like to waive it?
Me waiving it is giving, what is
If
it
you
doing?
bond out, it's automatically waived, which means you don't have to come to that court date, okay? But I'll set it for August 20th if you're confused, all right?
Yes, ma'am.
But if you bond out, you don't have to come to that date, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I wish you all the best.
Face that wall, hold up. Face the wall.
The one, funny.
Come on, sir.
Don't worry about it.
What's your name?
No, he can go ahead. They're not in the.
Excuse me, how you doing?
Good, what's your name?
Benjamin Ellison.
All right, sir, you are charged with driving under the influence. Your bond is $2,500. Driving with suspended license, your bond is $1,500. Improper lane change, your bond is $500. And driving too fast for conditions, your bond is $500. The total amount of your bond is $5,000. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, your bond has special conditions that you are not to operate a motor vehicle while this case is pending. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you do qualify for a public defender. Would you like to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I have you as waived. You can sign your waiver, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, wish you all the best.
Okay, thank you.
So you pull out,
Right.
down to one. Thanks. Come on, you gotta sign. Hey, wait. All right.
What's your name, sir?
Nolan Green.
I'm Mr. Green. You have been charged with domestic threats. Your bond is $7,500. Your bond has special conditions that you not have any contact with Dominic Finch or Toshiba Mulligan until this case is complete. That you're not return to 2767 Kathy Lane in Ellenwood until this case is complete. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I live there.
All right, so you can't go back there to live until while this case is pending, or unless your attorney tells you otherwise, all right? You can make an appointment with the sheriff and they will go out with you to get any belongings that you need while this is pending, okay? All right, you do qualify for a public defender. Your next court date is August 21st if you don't bond out, okay?
Okay, and my bond is how much?
$7,500, okay?
What's so high?
That's the bond, sir, based upon the charges and your history, okay? All right, hold on a moment, okay?
Well, post up here for a second. Let me get these people down now. Oh, I think I can left.
How you know what they go back to me?
I'll go take out of it. I'll take a picture. And we're gonna take it back.
Done?
You done?
Oh, she told me to hold on.
Okay. What's that? We're right down. What you already get one?
Y'all good? Y'all good? We'll get on the hall.
You need me to check her out. Yeah.
What's the last name?
Y'all move to the right.
Yes,
All right, sir, did you have any other questions?
no, ma'am.
All right, I wish you all the best, okay?
Okay.
What's his name?
What's your name, sir?
Omar Hunter.
That's Green. His name Green.
Green? Green? Yeah.
What's your name, man?
Omar Hunter, okay, sir, you've been charged with battery family violence. Because you're on probation, no bond has been set at this time. Your bond, but your bond does have special conditions that you're not having contact with Brianna Grayson while this case is pending. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. How much money do you make per month?
Honestly, I'm not working. I just found 2 new jobs, washing cars and working at Sonic, so I haven't been working lately. And I'm homeless.
All right. I will appoint you a public defender. Would you like to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I have you as waived. You can sign your waiver, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I wish you all the best.
Okay. Question, ma'am.
Uh-huh.
I can't be bonded out today?
No, you don't have a bond right now, okay? Your probation officer has to have a time to look at the charge, okay?
Okay.
All right. What's your name?
Dennis Jackson.
Yes. Walter.
All right, Mr. Jackson, you've been charged with speeding, your bond is $500. Failing to exercise due care, your bond is $500. Driving with suspended license, your bond is $1,500. Having false name, date of birth, your bond is $1,500. The total amount of your bond is $4,000. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you wish to apply for a public defender?
No, ma'am.
All right.
So, I can bond out today?
Yes, you can bond out today. Would you like to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I have yours waived. You can sign your waiver, and when you bond out, you'll be released, okay?
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Have a good day.
All right, you too.
All right. Jackson.
First name.
Dennis.
All right.
Oh, sorry.
You can step up.
Go ahead, step up.
Good morning.
Morning, what's your name?
Corey Hayes.
All right, Mr. Hayes, you've been charged with
No grading or grades?
a tenant window violation. That charge was dismissed. Felony count of violating the Georgia Controlled Substance Act, your bond is $5,000. Possession of a weapon during the commission of a crime, your bond is $5,000. Possession of marijuana more than an ounce, your bond is $5,000. And use or possession of drug-related objects, your bond is $2,000. The total amount of your bond is $17,000. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. What type of work do you do?
I work at Arborville in Forest Park. It's like a meat plant. I'm a dock leader. Dock lead.
All right. I will appoint you a public defender. Your next court date, if you don't find out, is August 21st, okay?
All right, thank you. Have a good one.
All right, you too.
Say, I need for you to come sign, please. I think you got 12. Yeah. Are they good to go back? They are a long.
Who you need next, Your Honor? Nick Michael.
What's your name?
Deputy
Oh,
Bailey.
I'm missing Cargie Gray. And then Martavius Michael. But Cargie Gray, what happened to him? Cargie Gray.
That's all sick. They all. Frank blow out. Make sure they take a while. 11 then I bring clothes. What's your last name? Warren, the city. Warren. Yep, bring them on out. All the six. Yes, come on.
What's your name? What's your name?
Behind the back and give you, the judge your name.
Oh, Cargie, right?
All right, Mr. Gray, you've been charged with driving without taillights. Your bond is $500. Possession of marijuana, less than an ounce. Your bond is $1,000. Use or possession of drug-related objects. Your bond is $1,000. The total amount of your bond is $2,500. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you do qualify for a public defender. Would you like to waive your preliminary hearing?
What does that mean?
All right, if you're confused, I'm gonna set it for August 20th, okay? But if you bond out, you don't have to come to that court date, okay?
Oh, all right.
All right? I wish you all the best.
Meg?
All right, thank you.
Sir, I need for you to sign. Step up, sir.
He's first.
That's me, Mark.
Step in six.
What's your name?
Octavius met Michael.
All right, Mr. McMichael, you've been charged with battery family violence. Your bond is $5,000. Another count of battery family violence, your bond is $5,000. Those are your misdemeanor offenses. You're also charged with aggravated assault. No bond has been set in that case as it's a felony, okay? So overall, you don't have a bond. Your bond has special conditions that you're not having any contact with Tanisha Watkins until this case is complete. Do you understand? You do qualify for a public defender. Your next court date is August 21st. Okay? I wish you all the best.
Thank you. Oh, sir, I need for you to sign. It may work.
What's your name?
Dear May?
All right, Mr. May, you've been charged with
Step back in 16.
crosswalk violation. Your bond is $500. Obstruction of an officer. Your bond is $2,000. Possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. Your bond is $5,000. And the unlawful possession of a firearm. Your bond is $5,000. The total amount of your bond is $12,500.
Michael back.
You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You do qualify for a public defender. Your next court date is August 21st if you don't bond out, okay?
Okay,
I wish you all the best.
thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Come around, so let's come to that side. Oh. You good?
What's your name?
Okie, Richard.
Oh, you mother.
All right. You've been charged with criminal trespass. Your bond is $2,000. Your bond has special conditions that you're not having any contact with Jerica, okay? That you're not returning to 442 Caledon Way in Hampton. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You do qualify for a public defender. Next date
Everybody left?
is set for August 20th. Would you like to waive that court date, sir?
Man, I didn't get what you said before that.
Okay, I'm gonna set it for August 20th. And if you bond out, you don't have to come on that date, okay? All right, I wish you all the best.
Thank you, man.
What's your name?
Amari Peters?
All right, sir, you have been charged with theft by receiving stolen property. Your bond is $5,000. Drive without a license, your bond is $1,000. The total amount of your bond is $6,000. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am. Now, is that, the 10 or 15%?
I'm sorry?
Is that 10 or 15%?
You have to check with the bonding company. It'll be between 10 and 15%, okay? All right, you do qualify for a public defender. Your next court date, if you don't bond out, is August 21st, okay? All right, I wish you all the best.
You got sign we found? Hey, do I need y'all to file out?
What's your name, sir?
Pick up.
All right, you've been charged with giving false name, date of birth. Your bond is $1,500. You have a job?
Yes.
How much do you make per month?
5 to 10.
How much?
500 to 1,000.
All right, based upon your application, sir, you don't qualify for a public defender. You would have to hire your own attorney. Would you like to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes.
All right, I have yours waived. I just need you to sign your waiver, okay?
Okay.
All right, I wish you all the best. What's your name?
Rollins.
All right, Mr. Rollins, you've been charged with simple battery family violence. Your bond is $3,500. Your bond has special conditions that you not have any contact with Tyrell Jordan and should not return to 8425 Terrell Boulevard until this case is complete. Do you understand?
Repeat, so I can't talk to my brother and go there until the case is over?
Complete. That is correct.
All right.
Okay. If you have any belongings, you can make an appointment with the sheriff and they will go out with you to pick up anything you need, okay?
Okay, wait.
Would you like to waive your preliminary hearing, sir?
Yeah.
Yes?
Oh, yes.
Okay. I have yours waived, okay? I need you to sign your waiver, okay?
All right.
All right, I wish you all the best.
Morning.
Morning. What's your name?
Gabriel.
All right, Mr. Shealy,
Yes,
you've
ma'am.
been charged with simple assault. Your bond is $3,500. Your bond has special conditions that you're not having any contact with Geneva Jackson or Kentavious Jackson, and that you're not return to 1367 Pine Glen Drive in Riverdale until this case is complete. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am. I have a question though.
Okay.
I got on a warrant. They can't get me.
Let me finish. Let me finish first, and then you guys a question, okay? That's all right. Would you like to waive your preliminary hearing?
No, ma'am.
All right, it's gonna be, if you don't bond out, your next court date is August 20th, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, now what's your question?
When I got picked up yesterday morning, they was telling me that they was called. Nothing happened with this incident, and he told me that I basically had to just speak to you and I get released. So I don't know where assault come from or.
Okay, it really doesn't work like that at this point.
I know, I was just.
Yeah, you can bond out, and then you can either talk to your attorney or your case will come up later, okay?
And how much you said the bond is?
It is $3,500, okay?
And that's like straight bond, 350, or I had to pay percentage of that?
You can pay a percentage of that to a bonding company, okay? You have to just contact the bonding company or have your family contact the bonding company, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. What's your name?
Ron Smith.
All right, Mr. Smith, you've been charged with DUI. Your bond is $2,500. Improper lane change, your bond is $500. Defective equipment, your bond is $500. The total amount of your bond is $3,500. Do you understand?
Yes and no.
All right. Based upon your application, sir, you do not qualify for a public defender. You would have to hire your own attorney if you want an attorney. Would you like to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I have you as waived. You can sign your waiver, okay?
Okay. That's it.
All right, I wish you all the best.
You sign it, sir, and then sign it.
What's your name?
Marquez Charles, how you doing?
Good, how are you? All right, you've been charged with criminal damage to property in the second degree. Your bond is $2,000.
You need to finish it.
Your bond has special conditions that you not have any contact with Shania Glass and that you not return to 1048 Flat Shoals Road in Atlanta until this case is complete. Do you understand?
So until the case complete, right?
Correct.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, thank you.
Wait,
Oh, yeah, okay, my bad.
your next court date, if you don't bond out, is August 21st, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
If you want an attorney, you would have to hire your own attorney, okay?
Yes, ma'am, that's understandable.
All right, I wish you all the best.
All right, you too, thank you.
Sir, I need for you to sign.
Your name, sir?
Believe Danny.
All right, you've been charged with driving with suspended license. Your bond is $1,500. Speeding, your bond is $500.
Yes, ma'am.
Reckless driving, your bond is $2,000. The total amount of your bond is $4,000. You understand? Like to waive your preliminary hearing? Would you like to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yeah.
Okay, your next court date. I need you to sign your waiver and you will be released later today, all right, sir?
Okay, thank you.
All right. Morning, what's your name?
Michael Williams.
All right, sir, you've been charged, no bond has been set in your case at this time. You have several felony charges, which include armed robbery and aggravated assault. You have a charge of battery, where your bond is $5,000. Financial transaction card fraud, financial transaction card theft, and possession of weapon during a crime, commission of crime. No bond has been set on any of your felonies, okay?
Yeah, ma'am, I have a
You
question.
do qualify for a public defender.
You got money on it.
Your next court date, if you don't bond out, is August 21st, okay?
So, my bond is, I do have a bond?
You don't have a bond, okay? You're not able to bond out, right?
So my next court date is August 3rd.
August 21st,
Have money.
Okay.
First.
We try to.
21st, all right, I wish y'all the best.
They would have said. They would have been moved. That's only running.
Your name, sir?
Gary.
Darius Williams?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you've been charged with battery. Your bond is $3,500. Bond has special conditions that you not have any contact with Trinity Foster. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You do qualify for a public defender. Your next court date, if you don't bond out, is, well, would you like to waive your preliminary hearing? Let me ask you that.
I know it's okay.
All right, your next court date, if you don't bond out, is August 20th, okay?
Okay.
All right,
I have a question.
uh-huh.
I don't know if I talked to you about this or not, but I had a traffic court date today. How would I go about that?
I don't know. You have to contact whatever court that was, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, you're welcome. What's your name?
Lazarus, right?
And Mr. Wright, you've been charged with possession of marijuana less than an ounce. Your bond is $1,000. Expired tag, your bond is $500. Driving on suspended registration, your bond is $500. And use or possession of drug-related objects, your bond is $1,000. Total amount of your bond is $3,000. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You do qualify for a public defender. Would you like to waive your preliminary hearing?
No, ma'am.
All right, it's set for August 20th. If you don't bond out, which will be released later today, all right, sir?
Okay.
Would you like to say that?
Right.
First name.
What's your name?
Cody Paul Williams.
All right. You've been charged with possession of 2 counts of possession of illegal contraband in the jail. No bond has been set on either of those charges at this time, okay? You do qualify for public defender. And your court date on these charges is August 21st, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Are they felonies or misdemeanors, ma'am?
They're felonies, okay? I understand. All right, I wish you all the best, okay?
Thank you, ma'am. You have a blessed day.
All right.
Check sales, that's all. Come on, sir, I need for you to sign.
You go back to 5, right? Think so.
I think.
Your
I
Honor,
think
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. That's everybody.
All right.